Let's talk. See, there are some mornings when you wake up and your hands don't move. The machine sits there, quiet and patient, waiting for you to remember who you are. But all you can do is stare at the fabric, at the thread, at the silence between both. And you wonder if the spark is gone, if you've lost your way in a world that measures worth by output, likes, and applause. You used to create for joy, now you create to survive the noise. And that's the hardest part. When something you loved begins to feel like a burden, because here is what you forget. The silence itself is too sacred. The stillness is not proof of failure. It's proof that you are human, that you feel deeply, that the thing you make still matters enough to ache for. There'll be days when inspiration feels very distant, when nothing fits, and your ideas sound hollow. You scroll through everyone else's highlight reel and wonder how they make it look so easy. But creation was never meant to be easy. It was meant to be honest. And honesty is messy, it is uncertain, and it can be slow. You have to remind yourself again and again that your pace is not your problem. That quiet seasons are part of the rhythm. That the beauty of your craft does not depend on constant productivity. We are not behind, we are becoming. You see, there is a point in every creative journey where you begin to lose language, where you can no longer explain why you do what you do. You just know you must. You must pick up the thread. You must return to the fabric. You must try again. Not because you feel ready, but because you feel called. You will return to your table one afternoon, not out of motivation, but muscle memory. You will start to stitch something small, and the hum of the needle will sound like forgiveness. The fabric will move beneath your hands, and you will remember this is what peace feels like. You will realize that art doesn't come from certainty, it comes from surrender. It comes from allowing yourself to be both broken and brave at once. To stand in the middle of the unfinished and still say, I'll keep going. The world might never understand the quiet victories, the long hours, the failed patterns, the nights you stayed up questioning your purpose. But you will. You start to see how each attempt, each pause, each doubt is part of your becoming. Because creation is not performance, it is a prayer. It is your way of speaking to the world, even when you have no words left. And maybe this is what it means to create anyway. To show up when it doesn't make any sense. To move when you feel very heavy. To hold space for the small sparks, even when the fire feels gone. You will learn that your art doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. It just has to be true. And the truth is quiet most of the time. It grows in the unseen moments when no one is watching, when no one claps, when all you have is the sound of your breath and the soft breathing of the thread. You start noticing beauty. Okay. The light bending across your workspace, the warmth of morning air, the soft fold of fabric that catches your attention for no reason at all. You realize that inspiration never left. You just needed to slow down enough to see it. Somewhere between exhaustion and surrender, you will remember why you began. Not for the algorithm, not for validation, but for expression, for connection, for the sacred act of turning thoughts into form. And that's the thing that no burnout, no tiredness can take away. Your ends, they still know how to make. Your heart still knows how to imagine. Even when your mind forgets, your soul remembers. So keep showing up, even quietly, even clumsily, even when no one seems to care, because someone out there will need your softness one day. Someone will see your work and exhale. Someone will feel less alone because you decided not to give up. The art you carry makes everything good, carries the echoes of your becoming. It speaks to people you may never meet. It travels beyond you, into art, into ends, even into hope. So when the doubts return, when the silence grows too heavy, when your crowd feels like it's slipping through your fingers, pause, breathe, but don't stop. Because creation is not about being ready, it is about being willing, willing to try again, willing to risk being misunderstood, willing to show up even when your voice shakes. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Not talent, not luck, but courage. So just create anyway. Write the line, cut the fabric, sing the song, sketch the dream. Start where you are. Use what you have. Speak softly, but speak still. And when the noise gets too loud, remember, art was never about being seen. It was about seeing the world differently, seeing yourself truthfully, seeing that even in the quiet, you are enough. The story is not over. The thread hasn't run out. You are just learning new ways to weave it. So keep going, keep breathing, keep creating, not for perfection, but for presence, not for applause, but for alignment, not for them, but for him. Just create because your becoming deserves to be witnessed. First by you, then by the world.